So you got lessons? Are you like full-time lessons when you're not gigging?
Not really full time. I have like 5 to 6 maybe uh a week ish. Most of my lessons are like every 2 weeks or as needed. And most of them are all players and singers, and so they have I guess opportunity to apply, yeah, what they learn. It's not just taking lessons and
Oh,
just
that's
play at
nice.
home. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So they perform, they do stuff. So I give them a lot so that they can, no, try this, try this, try this, try this,
Nice.
and and however they want to use it.
Cool.
So how you been, man?
Good, good. Just cruising, pretty much back to normal and staying busy. Recorded some songs with the band last weekend. We did some, just recorded the stuff like the bass tracks live, so we were pretty excited that we could pull that off.
So who's in the band?
It's a rock band. It's just some of the boys from have you heard of Gary Washburn out here in Honoka'a? He runs
Mm,
the high school music program. He won a Grammy for his been at the school since the 70s. But
oh wow.
he does a really, really good job with the kids, and all
Uh,
three of the guys came out of his program.
okay, cool, cool. And you're playing ukulele?
Oh yeah.
Cool, bro. That's so cool.
It's fun, it's different. It's, the Hawaiian music is good to come back to that, but it's fun to have something to stretch and
Oh
do
yeah,
a little bit
always.
more
I
crazy
mean,
stuff.
like for me, the Hawaiian music, that's my foundation, but it's how you play the Hawaiian music or how I choose to do it, with all kinds of um just being musical with it. I don't want to do stuff that's already been done, so to speak.
Right.
So I'm always changing up voicings, changing up just arrangements, just changing up. And I get to do that with Halehaku Seabury. If you don't know who that is, he plays with Nahua. He's the lefty guitar player, but he's like Rain Man. That's what I call him. Right? He's so good. Just his musical approach to music, you know. So it's not. I don't want to say your mom and dad's Hawaiian music, but yeah, you know, we run it hard. One of the sayings that he has is, ready, fire, aim, man. Nothing's rehearsed, and everything is just pretty much free flowing. Does it always work? No, but it's fun. It's fun playing live music, and you know this in real time. You know, there's no okay, wait, reverse, or can we do that again? No, you gotta learn on the fly, and that's the fun thing about playing. And then fun thing about playing ukulele, you know, is how do you accompany a guitar? He brings his casino, he brings his 335. How do you accompany the guitar with a four-string ukulele? And it's, a lot of times I try and fill up space. I have a low G, but I'm always trying to put four notes in a chord. So it just, it's four-part harmony as opposed to three-part harmony.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And so how
But
do you
that's just,
arrange songs that, and so you have that, still have that Hawaiian approach, but make something new? Because, like back in the day, Peter Moon got flamed, and I've even heard um old school guys in this era talking story with those uncles, and they're like, that's not Hawaiian music, that's rock and roll kind of things. And
I mean,
he was
we're all influenced by other types of music, and in this day and age, it's so easily accessible. Yeah, with Spotify, Pandora, YouTube. You can learn so much faster and quickly by listening to music like that. So the approach is, we just take Hawaiian songs and just add different progressions, or, what we do is we'll change up the vamp, but keep the song structure kind of the same, or we'll keep the vamp and then change up the song structure. Wait, let me. I can play it.
oh yeah, please.
Yeah, this is my Kale Gamiao Anue Nue ukulele that I used to teach because all my ukuleles that I perform with have no fret
No
markers,
dots.
no dots. So it's like, wow, I need one to teach. So, well, I have a kamaka that I used to, but I started gigging with that at the Aulani Luau. It's just, it sounds good. Anyway, so, typical Hawaiian vamp say like, a song like Ulupalakua, right? We'll vamp like this. Kolana mai nei a Ulupalakua, hei niki niki ahi ahi, ka homea o paniolo. So and that it's hard to dance to. You cannot dance to it. Whenever we see a dancer come up, it's like, okay, we gotta switch, because it's yeah. So we do stuff like that, and a song like Waiokeani Ani, you know. Wait, how's it go? He aloha e ana waula, aloha kupua ka ilima. So that's the standard way of doing it, right? So we'll play it. How do we play it? Shucks. He aloha e ana waula, aloha kupua ka ilima la. He moani ke he ala I ka polila, uhe uhe nei tawai oia pua. Then we'll keep the vamp. And of course, wahui au koni koni, sawai koni koni, wai hui hui o ke ani ani. Hui au I ka wai hui hui o ke ani ani. Da 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 da. I mean, we do all those kinds of things. And it took, Holly and I just have the ability to just pick up on where the other guy is going, so to speak. So all of our arrangements kind of morphed into that. Like we hear stuff, he'll play something that I'm going, what the frick was that? And then by the second verse is like, okay, I got it. So I'm trying on the fly, I'm trying all of these different voicings. And not, on paper it might not be correct. Because you can write out everything, but it has to be musical. And I always tell my students, well, yeah, that looks good on paper, but how would you use it in a sentence?
Mm.
How would you play it to make it, all of those voice leading kind of things so that it does sound musical? I want, this. The goal when we play music is to play chords accurately, in time, correctly, right? But I want to play like this. I just want to have movement, man, when I'm playing, you know. But you have to know your place. You have to know your role. You have to know who you're playing with, also, right? Because a lot of those times, like the morning kanikapilas with lead, I could do some of that, but it's like no, this is the format that we're using, so this is how it should be, out of respect to all of the slacky guys and the Hawaiian music, so to speak, right?
Mm.
But yeah, I throw in a few licks here and there some mornings, you know. Uh, but so and I don't think we're really or I'm really taking the music where it cannot go or it shouldn't go, because to me it's all about playing live music and all about the groove of the music itself, you know. Um, because I can do the other way too. I can just do the standard Hawaiian music, you know. But I like to add those influences to the music that I like to play, I guess, you know.
Mm.
And you do the same, you know. I hear some of the stuff that you do, so it's uh, music has to evolve. Yeah, like ancient chants have been turned into music, right? And
Mm-hmm.
like kavika and all
Kofika.
those things, you know. So it has to evolve. There has to be foundation with it, though. You cannot just make any kind, so to speak. There has to be, my foundation is rooted in Hawaiian music. So I still respect the fact that I can do that, but yet, let's use a different GPS to get to where we want to go.
So what is your foundation in Hawaiian music? I mean, as a kid, I remember you kind of we became aware of you when you released the first album, and it was like, oh wow, this guy's really good. Where did he come from? Like, what? How did you grow up learning to play? What? I know I
Okay,
see
my
stuff on
first
your, yeah, your
my
Instagram
first
about your
CD,
family and
my
stuff.
my first CD, I think I was 40 years old, man. That was, but prior to that, I was recording with everybody, playing with everybody. Um, Growing up, I was more of an athlete, playing football, basketball, and that kind of stuff. But then, I think must have been, I don't know, 8, 9, or 10. We had, every family had an ukulele, right? So my mom played a little, my dad played, he would sing. So that was my introduction. Uh, KCCN was my introduction to Hawaiian music. Yeah. When I first started playing, you just hang out with the kids who are better than you, or and you just play with them. That's how you got better, right? And I picked up stuff fast, so it was uh, fun for me. And then when I met my friend Asa Young, who introduced me to like true down home folk music, and this was like the mid 70s. His brother, Rowan Young, was a classmate of Dennis Kamakahi. So they would have this Christmas Eve party, the Halava Jams. Dennis would be there, and all of these Hawaiian musicians. And we just sit around in the living room, maybe 15, 20 of us, three basses. Eddie Kamai would be there.
My God.
The Sons of Hawaii would be there. Auntie Alice Namaki Lua would be there.
Oh my God.
Um, uh, and we just sit around. And that was my introduction to, Sons of Hawaii music. So I play all of that Eddie Kamai stuff, all the riffs, all the, you know, and there wasn't any words. You had to listen to the albums or cassettes or even 8 tracks, you know. So by learning it that way, a lot of us from my generation, we developed an ear for playing music. We couldn't go on YouTube and find stuff. There's no music books, or it's the same now. The music books that for Hawaiian music, it's all just the words and the chords. It didn't teach you melody line or. And then so I was playing a lot of that. Um, but then Peter Moon came out, or that time the Sunday Manoa, was really a big influence too. Listening to all innovative kind of stuff that Peter was doing with the Sunday Manoa musically. It's like, wow, this is so cool. I can get into this. And the Peter Moon Band and Sandwich Isle Band and Makapu Sand Band. And, we formed a group called the Side Order Band, the SOBs. That was me, Del Beasley, Asa Young, and Chris Kamaka from Kamaka Ukulele. So I've known Chris since, man, I was in high school. He's like 5 years older than me, but we always played music together, and that was the kind of foundation. And we got a gig strolling at the Willows. I was like 20 years old, something. We worked there for almost 2 years. It was myself, Dell, uh, Horace Young not Horace Young, sorry, Horace Durua from Ho'okena, and then Chris. So we strolled, and we had to earn our callus or earn our credits, yeah, playing music. Um, Elaine Ako Spencer was playing there with Cy Luddington and Kalani Fernandez, and so I got to hang out and listen to their music. And they would, if you don't know who Cy Luddington is, he's one of those old time musicians who was like a one man band, um, along with guys like Hiram Olsen and all of these guys. But anyway, yeah. So that's where my Hawaiian music is rooted in. Um, while I was playing with Asa, this must have been right out of high school. We started playing for May Lobenstein and Alicia Smith's Halau, because Chris's sister danced, and so we started playing Halau music or Halau. We I was 19, 20, I don't know, when we played my first Merry Monarch. This
Oh my
was
gosh.
1980. Yeah. So back then, when you're the halal band, you were only the halal band. You couldn't cross pollinate like how we do now. You play for multiple halals and stuff. Back then, if you played for you got all the halal T-shirts. Wherever they went, you went. Whatever they did, you did. So yeah, I mean that's how deeply rooted I am in the Hawaiian music, I guess. You know, but I always like listening and playing to other music. Like you like rock and all of that stuff. I don't listen. People ask me what ukulele albums do you listen to now. I said no, I don't. Sorry, I just listen to music. Jazz influences or swing or bluegrass, or I listen to steel guitar, uh, Buddy Edmonds, and Holly turns me on to all of these cool music, Portuguese music, and then you just try and incorporate that with what I do now. I'm just super blessed and fortunate that I get to do what I do. I play music sometimes like 5 6 nights a week, and usually every night it's with a different group or different musicians. Yeah, Mondays I'm usually playing with Halehaku, so it's his 335 and me on ukulele at Duke's. 3 or 4 nights a week I work at the Aulani Luau, and I get to work with like Casey Olsen, um, Jeff Ahoy on steel guitar, Travis Kaka on guitar, Jeff on guitar, Glenn Maera, Po'okela Wood joins us sometimes, Ho'oapo, Ha'alili Higher. So every night it's different guitarists, different steel guitarists. Recently, well, I used to fill in with Ocean Kawili some Fridays and Saturdays at the Halekulani. So that's a whole different vibe and environment. Yeah, I think he hires me just because I have all whites. I always tease him. I said, but he always tells me, Brian, with you, he can call me last minute. It's just, you know, just gotta add water. Just show up. I said, yeah, shoots, okay. Because Ocean is another guy it's extremely talented, and his guitar work is amazing. So in the moment, I'm always trying to listen to, okay, what kind of voicings am I going to use against to what he's playing? Not just I just gonna play C, F, and G7. It's like, yeah, but where and how, and um, just listening to chord progressions on the fly, and it stems from listening to albums, cassettes, 8 tracks, and learning it that way. Uh, if I need to, I can go look at music. I suck at sight reading. I can read chord charts, but you know, I suck at sight reading. Um, but like I say in my workshops and stuff, we all speak different musical languages, but the great thing is we can arrive at the same destination. So did that answer your question?
That's wonderful.
Sorry, I get passionate about anything ukulele or Hawaiian music and stuff.
No, that's cool. Did you have like a day job back then when you were just getting into
So
it?
so so I was working um at the Willows playing music, but then I got a job at the working for the U.S. Post Office. So I worked there for 30 years. You know, people, some of the guys who I work with, they didn't know I played music, but some of the people who, because I was probably the busiest part-time ukulele player out there, as an accompanist, not necessarily doing solo ukulele work, but I started playing with Kuipu Kumukai at the Sheraton Waikiki. This was what, 89, 90 maybe. Stayed there for like 5 6 years, and the band was Kuipu Kumukahi, Chris Kamaka, and Greg Sardina. So with Greg being on, I play with some of the best steel guitarists, man. Oh, and also took steel guitar from Jerry Bird, way back when. I usually just play for myself. I'll put it away. I'll put it away, and then take it out, then I know it is spring finger E's or I gotta change the strings. You know. So Holly has my Jerry Bird fry pan that he's fixing one of the pots on. But so I played with Ipo for like 6 years. Right after that, I started playing music with Jerry Santos at Chai's Island Bistro. It was just he and I. I said, "What about the other? What about Olomana?" He said, "No, no, no." Because when I played ukulele with him, it allowed Jerry to play more of the older Olomana stuff with Robert Beaumont. You know, when he was playing with Haunani and such, it was more of the Hawaiian music. Yeah. So right after that, I started playing with Weldon Kekaoha at the Kanikapila Grill. You know, we started right when they kind of opened, maybe a couple months after Kanikapila Grill opened at the Outrigger. So I stayed playing with him for like 6 years too, you know. And then after that, it was like, time for me to, focus more on work and family. Well, not necessarily work. And then, just opportunities kept coming, as far as recordings and stuff. I recorded with, all kind. Hokuzuru Meister, Koana Torres, Natalie, Raitea Helm. And then I started gigging, not regularly, but being part of Rai's band. That was with Jeff Peterson and Steve Jones and Dean Taba. Funny thing is, though, they'd all bring their music stands and then bring their folders or iPads with their music. So I was like, I kind of felt left out. So I'd bring my music stand, my folder. I only have my words. I just put my words in order, just make notes and go, okay, I got this. And I was really fortunate that I got to jam with Jeff. Because I'll ask him all kind of questions. Jeff, if you're playing this, can I just play this chord? Because that's what it sounds like to me. So, yeah, just play the F7, instead of the F9 or F. That's how it's written, right? So, yeah, I'll just play this. So it was good. It was a good opportunity to travel with those guys. And these are not ukulele players. Playing with Steve Jones, and we went on tour with Raitea. I forget what year it was. So it was Steve Jones on bass, Jeff Peterson guitar, Aaron Salah actually played guitar, and then I played ukulele. And it takes, and it's never about it's Bryan Tolentino with these guys. It's as an accompanist. It's how do you fit in? How do you make it work? Where do you fit in? Some of these younger guys, they're geared to being more soloists, because that's what they see, right? They see the Jakes and the Calais and stuff. But nah, man, I have so much fun playing and making music with other people. Yes, I have to be Bryan Tolentino, the soloist, and put on that hat. Can I do it? Yeah, but it's more fun playing music with other people and traveling with other people. Because as you know, I like to travel. I like to eat. So I got to hang with cool people, Oh, I don't know. You started recording, so this is all you're gonna edit this, right?
Yeah.
Maybe,
Yeah, it
maybe.
sounds really good through the Zoom today actually. So I'll just press the button and yeah, we'll use some of this.
Okay, okay, cool, cool, cool. Yeah, I have a.
Um
Go ahead.
yeah, well, playing with all these people and staying busy, that's an easy thing for Bryan Tolentino to stay busy with. But for everybody else, music is, at least what I see here on Big Island, is that it's down and like you're not going to make much money doing it unless you're a solo act. Even then it's a stretch. Have you
Right.
noticed that the business has been affected for you as an accompanist predominantly?
Um. Well, coming out of pandemic, yeah, of course, and I don't. It's easy for big companies and use the pandemic as an excuse. Well, we're not making money, and yeah, but you were always making money. Musicians, and they're always the last guy to be paid. When you have parties, luau's and stuff, you pay everybody else, the caterers, the wedding planners, whatever. The musician guys are always like, oh, can you kokua and shit. Um, but I think for where I am, I can pick and choose when I want to. If I want to do, like the $100 gigs, I can. Other than that, it's like, nah, I'm happy with what I'm doing. It's funny because I can make a living doing what I'm doing. Playing at Dukes, playing at Aulani, playing. It's not even a part-time job. I don't make as much money as I was at the post office, but it's way better than weekend gig here and there. And because I love it, and I didn't do a lot of this while I was playing with Kuipu Kumukai because it was only a once a week gig. Playing with Jerry was once started off as twice, but once a week gig. Yeah, with Weldon it was a once a week gig. So and I got to travel and go to Japan and stuff. So that was the great part time job. But now it's like I have more opportunities to do other stuff. So yeah, I'll always look at the opportunity, take it. If I don't like it, then it's like, well, I took the opportunity, and it's yeah, okay. I don't like it, I won't do it. But I'm just blessed that while I was still working at the post office, I was able to keep the connections and keep the contacts because for a lot of the younger guys or people just starting out, I want to say younger guys, I don't want to discriminate, but a lot of the younger guys, they have the talent level, but they don't have the maturity level, they don't have the business sense, and those things will keep the doors open. The talent will open the doors, but it's all the other stuff that will keep the. You got to treat it like a job. You got to treat it like a business. Because we hear all the horror stories about people who come late, don't show up. They have this entitlement of, I want a hoku or whatever. It's like no, you know, a lot of times for longevity, you have to keep your business sense up. You have to keep your maturity level up. You have to keep all of that appearance, punctuality, being on time. And people hire me. They know, again, I'm not the best ukulele player out there. I'm the best Bryan Tolentino. But people, when they hire me, they know I'm going to come early. They know I'm going to come dressed. They know I'm going to act professional. And I guarantee you, I know that helps get gigs for me. It's the professionalism by doing that, and word of mouth. Always too small. We hear all the stories, man. Yeah. So that would be my suggestion to all the up and comers. Yeah, if you want longevity, and I've been playing for years, decades. It's the people that you hang with, the people you associate yourself with, and it's sometimes it's not the musician you are, it's the person you are. And I firmly believe that. You gotta be dependable, man. You kind of go, oh, yeah, I got another gig, pays me more. See ya. And we know those people. We know those people. So anyway, yeah.
Hmm. So beyond that other stuff, going back to like the talent stuff, what do you feel you've improved at most over the years, or what has made the biggest difference in your playing from when you started to now?
Um, and I'm still learning. The learning process for me is all I get excited when and it's subtle stuff. It's not the growing up. It's the latest bells and whistles, right? All Peter Moon's runs, all Eddie's runs. It's all of that, and by doing that, it helps you build vocabulary. But how do you piece the vocabulary together to create your own sound or music? And I guess for me, it's when I got to hang out with like Benny Chong, Byron Yasui, it kind of steered me in a different direction as far as uh, chord choices, voice leading, um, chord efficiency, how you hold chords, and that's what I build. It's real subtle. Maybe only I'll do something that I notice. But I get excited about it because like, no, that's cool. I can do that. It's more efficient. I always say, instead of just playing it vanilla, there's a different way to, add the fairy dusting. Now, the fairy dusting term didn't come from me. It came from Dave Tusserone when I used to go into the studio, because I would just show up for recording. He would just say, no, no, you don't send me any tracks. You just show up and play it. Just fairy dust it. It's like, okay, choose. Um, but it's the ability to play, um, being able to play in any key and be instinctive and intuitive with it is what I kind of thrive on now. Because at the Aulani, you did that video, right, of key changes and all of that stuff. But like, they sing in every key, and I started doing that too. It's like, you know what, I think I sound better in B flat. I can play the song in B flat. And when I'm playing in B flat, I don't struggle with, oh wait, B flat, F7, C7. I mean, it's just all instinctive, and it's instinctive to the point where if I'm gonna play in B, I just move it up half step, and everything is kind of right there, you know. Um, and I'm always, I had this post on, I forget where it was, maybe it's Facebook, and I'm just creating all kind of voice leading, just creating stuff on the fly, like, ooh, I'm gonna use this tonight, in the song, or I'm playing and I just say I'm gonna try this voicing, or it works. I'm gonna try it again. Second verse, it works, and then instead of playing, because part of the Aulani show is all is structured, yeah. So it's kind of like the same sequence of songs, but the challenge for me is, okay, there's a different guitar player. How is he playing this song? Because Travis Kaka will play different than how Jeff Ahoy plays, and different than Glenn Maeda plays. So it's like, okay, Travis is playing. I hear what he's playing. So these are some of the chord choices that I can make. Oh, yeah, that worked. Oh, shucks, that didn't work. But it's that live music mentality where you just got to keep going. Byron Yasui always says, well, it's the conveyor belt mentality, man. You can't get off. And if you do fall off, how do you get back on? You know, um, so those are the things I think that I work on. Just being able to dissect the music in real time. Being an accompanist, you have to have supremely attentive listening. Yeah. And you got to be super reactive to it. Like I said, if the song calls for C, F, and G7, I guarantee you I'm not going to play on C, F, and G7, the first three frets. I was trying to show somebody how to play one of the songs. Like, I don't even know how, because I'm past the fifth fret every night, you know. Or I'm working all these voicings, and it's like, okay, wait, how do I play it vanilla? I don't know. I don't know how to play vanilla, you know. And when I play with Halehaku, that's for sure. All kind of chord progressions, all kind of different voicings. Um, so I encourage up and comers or anybody who wants to be an accompanist to throw yourself in a pot, man. Just be able to jam or sit in with people. Mika Kane I use as an example all the time. This is while he was studying with Dr. Yasui to get his degree. And he grew up in the Kale Gamiao, Jake Shimabukuro era of music, right? So he did all of that. So he asked one day if he could come and sit in with Hale and I at Nico's. I said, yeah, shoots, come. Be there on time, be dressed, be ready to perform. I cannot pay you, but if you want to sit in with us, I can squeeze a meal for you. So he would come for almost like 5 years, every day. I mean, every week we used to play there, Hale and I. And it was a training session for him to just listen. I'm playing, Hale's taking a solo, and then Mika will take a solo while I said, why are you talking? He's talking. Why are you playing where I'm playing? Play someplace else. But I mean, so he learned to listen and figure out what is two ukuleles. Now, my thought process whenever I'm playing with another ukulele player is I'm never going to try and voice the same where he's playing. It's like going on a piano and playing the same chords. It's like, no, I'm going to play here. If you're playing here, then I'll play here. You know? So he really learned that part of it. So with Mika, I've actually called him for some gigs. We needed a third. And it's like, hey, Mika, come jam with us. And he doesn't sing. He does sing, but he's gun shy. Uh, but I have no worries. Like if we're playing E flat, B flat, he can play. You know, he's super talented. You know, and he has both learning experiences, learning to play by ear, learning by fire, like Dr. Yosui says, you know, facing the bullets. But he also went through the University of Hawaii program to get his degree, and his instrument was ukulele. So, yeah. What was the question?
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Something about where my learning process, yeah, or yeah, it was just like we all start out emulating, right? Somebody, copying and but again, that builds vocabulary within what you do, and then as you progress, um, I don't want to be a jukebox, right? And just keep playing those songs over and over. I mean, yeah, it was an accomplishment learning all of Peter's licks and all of those things. And for the young kids, it was learning all of Jake's stuff or Calais or whoever, Brad Bordessa's um, arrangements. But then, you want to be able to be versatile. Can you make it as an accompanist? Well, I can. You know, it's taken years. It's taken all of the things that I just mentioned about the talent, the maturity, the business sense, being able to play in any key, at any given moment and feel comfortable. And, I've done recordings where uh, they wanted me just to play in B flat. I mean, it was just one rhythm track. I was like, uh, okay. And another thing is, I don't use a ukulele capo or capo. You got four strings, you got four fingers. Because if I slap the capo on the fifth fret, I lose the first four frets. I get it, if you want open voicing and stuff, but uh, you got to be able to change key on the fly and not take off the capo and move it. I get it.
Mhm.
Slacky guys, they have to because they got six strings. Unless someone out there has six fingers on his left hand, and that'd be amazing. Some of them sound like they have six. But yeah, but that's some of my manao on just playing ukulele and the Hawaiian music scene and such. You know, but the main thing, wherever I am doing a gig, whatever, you gotta have fun. You know, um, that feeling that you and I had just playing music when we first started. I try and bring that to whenever I'm playing, whoever I'm playing for. Because it has to be fun for me and not work. You know, it has to be fun with the people. Yes, we've done gigs. Money is green, and we've done those gigs but I still have fun with it. And I still have learning experiences. Well, I won't do that gig again. Yeah.
Who do you see coming up that you're excited about? Who like sounds fresh and new and maybe has a nice take on music and the instrument?
Um. Oh, Ryo Saito. Ryo
Mm.
is Japanese. I cannot say young. He's in his 20s already. He used to live in Hawaii for about a year. He always used to have this red cap. He was like, I don't know, 10. Do you know Ryo? He's a Japanese. He lives in
I,
Japan, but he's
I
super
think so.
talented. He went to I think jazz school in Japan. He studied with, or when it comes to with Byron, to help him with the theory part of music. Um, yeah, Rio, and there's some funny you should ask that question because I was just mentioning to somebody, on the mainland, the farther east you go, and this is just my simple observation, you become more of a singer songwriter. They're more geared to singing songs, writing songs, playing on the first three frets, maybe taking it past the fifth. I mean, there's some good players, but it's more geared to that. Where the further west you go, uh, they're more there's more artistry in the ukulele playing, like West Coast and even Japan and Taiwan and Korea. There's really some good soloists. I'm not Hawaiian music, but they're just their articulation and what they're doing with the ukulele is cool. Uh, I know Byron Yasui has a student in Korea that super plays jazz, so he's super good. I forget his name offhand, but there are those are some of the young guns. I mean, like Calais, them, then you and Corey, all super talented. All super talented ukulele players. Yeah, I don't know who's gonna take it to the next level though. Because usually there's one guy that breaks out and carries the torch again. Jake still carries the torch for all of us.
Yeah.
Guys like Jake, and even James Hill. James Hill. Sorry if I'm forgetting anybody, but those are the guys uh, that are super talented with their ukulele playing. They expand the horizon, so to speak, as soloists. I was just with James at the Denver Ukulele Festival, and I haven't heard him live for a long time, but man, he's so polished, so musical, and it's not always about the bells and whistles, and you see that with the young guys, right? Uh, it's like a competition, you know, with them. They're trying to outdo, but it's like no, you still gotta be musical. Uh, Andrew Molina is another one that's out there. Brittany, she's gonna hate me for saying this, but she's not young anymore. I always rag on her. I love her so much. Um, but even guys like Andrew and yourself, you guys are not young anymore.
I
Who do
know,
you
right?
see? I mean, I know you're on Hawaii Island, but who do you see that you like as far as the younger generation guys?
Um, there's not many. The only one who's really caught my attention in the past few years is Anastasia, Anna the Banda on
Mm,
YouTube.
mm-hmm,
She's pretty young, still high school, I think, but doing like weird tapping stuff. Like
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I don't know. For me, I see everybody sounds a little bit like Jake, but she's one of the very few who doesn't sound anything like anybody, just
Yeah,
completely
yeah,
forging her
yeah,
own
yeah.
path, which is really refreshing.
Okay, I'll go check it out. No, no, that's cool though, because um, but for a lot of these young ones, it's all about the longevity that I see. Because I have this conversation sometimes with the young guys. They're always trying to, you know, it seems like they're competing within themselves with like, I did this song now, I got to do this other song better than I did this song, or add this that I didn't add. Like, I guess then you're always competing. Just make it musical. It doesn't have to be always in your face firing. That's how Jake was, right? With pure heart and stuff. Man, I get tired just watching him. He's so frenetic. But if you go to a concert or see him live now, when he plays his ballads and stuff, man, he's so tasteful and you can hear a pin drop sometimes, you know, and then he can just kick you in the nuts and do the same stuff that he does. But yeah, so there has to be for the it comes with maturity. You have to be know when not to play. You know, less is more. You hear that a lot, but truly less is more. You need musical dynamics when you're performing. Yeah, you don't always have to be firing. I get it. You're gonna fire 20 minutes, hey, whatever. Play music, man. Don't play technique.
Nice.
You know, my steel guitar teacher Jerry Bird used to tell me, Bryan, speed only show. No, what did he say? Speed only shows off technique, but it's what you do from one note to the next that makes or breaks. And it's yeah, and you as a steel guitar player, right? It's what you do between note and note, and the little vibrato that you add or don't add, or that's what makes the line. Yeah, it's not all of the fancy stuff. So, and I take that to heart. Plus, I'm older. I'm too lazy to learn other fast. you know, can I do it? Yeah, of course. But you want to be musical, and as an accompanist, you know, a lot of times, like I'm the third guy in a duo. That's how I think sometimes. Or I'm the fourth guy in a trio. It's not, oh, here, look, I'm Bryan Tolentino. I'm going to, like, no. Where do I fit? If you need lead, I'll play the lead. If you need rhythm, if you need some kind of glue to hold everything together, then I take that upon myself to go, okay, this is what's needed, and how do we make this work? If there's two or three lead guys playing, that's too much traffic, right? So you gotta pick and choose. And the great thing about our um, early morning Kanikapilas at 5 a.m. with Ledward is everyone is so tasteful and everyone listens. Like Sonny and Kevin, they all play soft. So we got to play softer so we can hear them, right? I would bug Daniel because he doesn't usually, do these Kanikapilas, right? Daniel Ho, I'm talking about. Then you just got to come, bro. There's no egos. There's no nothing. We just playing music, man. We're doing it for ourselves. So he came that first morning. He came late. He couldn't get up. Well, just like you. But somebody mentioned something. I think it was Chuck Moore on one of the posts. So anyway, so he told me, he said, Bryan, thank you so much. I had so much fun. Everyone was so tasteful. Everyone was so, I said, yeah, we're just playing music to play music for ourselves. Just happens that the campers come out and they come drink their coffee and listen to us. But we just jamming and making music. That's how we started. So that just by doing those mornings, that brings me back to the foundation of playing music. And when he told me this last 2 years ago. Oh no, Bryan, I want you to sit next to me. So I said, okay, shoots. I'll be there every morning. So he calls me his wingman. Because I moved one morning. He says, no, don't do that. I forget who sat next to him. It was one of the campers, though. Well, was it one of us? He says, no, you got to sit next to me. I said, okay, I'll sit next to you. I'll be there. And if Led asked, when am I going to get the opportunity, or any of us get the opportunity, I'm picking his brain hard, When he's playing, I'm copying and emulating stuff while everyone else is playing like, okay, I got it. Okay, I'm going to use this. I know where I can use this. Then I'll play it back to him and I just see him laugh. But that's how I learn. And I continue to learn, man. I look forward to those 5 a.m. Kanikapilas with Ledward and everybody else, right? Because everyone is so respectful. There's a professional respect that everyone has for everyone's talents and stuff. So I love that. Yeah, am I talking too much?
No, that's wonderful.
I, I can go on, man. I can go on because I am passionate about what I do and sharing, not necessarily the technical stuff, but it's how you use it. Yeah, it's sharing manao on why we do it, maybe how we do it, and hopefully it leads other people down this path as far as loving the instrument that we love and playing the instrument and doing it the best. Because we all do it differently, and there's enough of us to do it differently and still be successful for what we do, what you do. People just assume that you play ukulele, so oh wow, you sing, or you're a songwriter, or you play all of these instruments. There's different facets of playing ukulele. You know, hey, if you just like playing a song with three chords, awesome. Then do that. You know, just have the joy in that. You know, because there's built-in community around the world wherever you go. Right? There's a club here and there that even more so. I think one of the positive things from the pandemic is, you know, all this online based teaching that you can do. You know, uh, I have students in Switzerland, Germany. You know, they go to the source, right? Now, who's your kumu? They can go to the source, and I can share with them over Zoom or FaceTime. You know, knowledge in real time instead of going on YouTube. Nothing against YouTube, but Brad, you and I know that some of it is rubbish.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say like it's rubbish. I don't care who hears this. It's rubbish.
There's a lot of it.
Yeah, but there's some great teachers out there that are using that platform. You know, their YouTubes and their Patreons and whatever they use. You know, early on, you know, the ukulele underground, Eldrin them were may have been the first maybe to do some of those things in that format. Yeah. So props to them. You know, Craig and Sarah do a wonderful job with what they're doing. You know, and I love them because they're ukulele people that help ukulele people. You know,
Yeah.
so anyway,
So
they,
what's
they're
next
like
for
a group.
you?
What's next? Um, Herb Otto Jr. and I are be touring the mid July. Uh, Going to Huntington Beach at Island Bazaar and up to Corona. Then we're going to the Midwest Ukulele and Harmonica Festival.
Oh,
Then we got some friend. One of my students has organized a gig down in Indiana. Then we're going up to New Jersey, where Andy Wang, Slacky guy, organized a gig for us. Then we're gonna end up in Virginia. Irv Kuija is doing it. He's part of the Aloha Boys, so I'll go be staying with Isaac Ho'opi'i. And then as far as I guess the formal group Nue na ukulele kolo mihale and kama. We have a couple grad parties. We have Waimea Falls, the end of August. I'm forgetting stuff. Traveling to Japan with Rai in October. Maybe going to Japan in September. So, you know, my plate is kind of full, but it's fun stuff. You know, just being able to do the stuff that we love to do and sharing the ukulele love all over. You know, and I get to eat all over. So that's this. I don't know which is better. You know.
so if people want to come check out your shows, where can they look you up?
You can go to my website. It's kind of hard. It's BryanTolentino.com. And it's Bryan, the correct spelling. Bryan Tolentino.com. And I usually post my gigs not too far out, but it's, you know, my weekly gigs, like if I'm at the Halekulani or Dukes. I don't post the Aulani gigs only because you got to book, like, from what I hear, a month or so in advance.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, super popular. I mean, there's like 400-500 people a night there.
Jeez.
But that's one of my fun gigs because, like, again, I get to jam with all of these super talented musicians and singers and dancers. It's not necessarily a luau; it's more of a production, man. You know, it's a big production. I haven't eaten there yet, but from what I understand, the food is top notch too. So, you know, just doing that, teaching online. You can contact me through my website. You know, I have a Facebook page. I have Instagram. Agent Four String, I think, is my handle. So if you need, you know, you can contact me for private lessons or group lessons, and they're as needed. You know, I have regular students, like I said, like 5 or 6, but it's nah. life interrupts, man. You need a lesson because I give so much information. I allow you to record it and you can use whatever. So yeah, just have fun playing ukulele or whatever instrument you choose. And for the love of that. It's not about big bucks, man. Although you can, if you work hard at it, um, but then you treat it as a business. You don't treat it as a gig. Too many of my musician friends, they treat it as gigs. You know, yes, they're gigs, but you got to treat it like work. There's a certain professionalism and all of that comes into play. That's why you get hired. Like I said, I'm not the most talented, but I guarantee you, people will hire me because I'm dependable. And that's a big rule. They don't have to babysit me
Mhm.
always. Sometimes. No, just kidding. Cool, Brad.
Right on. Thanks so much, Brian.
Yeah, we do this again, and hopefully, dude, it's like I don't want to see you like once a year,
I know, right?
because Brad and I are always at the George Kahumoku Slacky and ukulele camp. The end of when is it?
Beginning of June. I think Auntie was saying they're gonna push it into June this next time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
because it's
okay.
too close to graduation and stuff otherwise.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I mean, they, they haven't asked me back yet, but I'll probably be there next year. I hope Herb comes. Herb, you listening? Herb. Well, I have like 2 weeks to work on it. Come on, dude. But anyway, yeah, Brad, mahalo for the hookup, and hopefully one day, well, if you come to Oahu or if I go to Kona side, then let's just jam. Let's go find a gig. Let's just ready
Yeah,
fire
for
aim,
sure.
man. Ready fire aim. Anytime I'm at Duke's or whatever, and you're in town, you're welcome.
Thank you.
To just come jam, bro. Just there's not too many opportunities like that. Yeah, now like I told Mika or guys who come used to come say, this is not open mic, bro. You gotta play with us. This is what we're playing. If we want to feature
Yeah,
you in a song, fine, but you don't come with your 5 song set list and say, oh no. That's not
yeah.
what you're using it for. This is you jamming with us. This is for you to learn and us to learn. You know. Uh, all right, man. So
Cool.
mahalo for having me. This was cool. This was cool. Hey,
Yeah, yeah, of
anytime.
course.
We'll do this again.
Yeah, for sure. I'll hit you up,
Yeah, we
and
do.
I'll let you know when I get it edited and posted. I usually go like twice a month, so I don't have to kill myself too much.
Yeah. And when you do that, I'll post it to like ukulele friends and whoever,
Okay.
you
Awesome.
know, and
Yeah.
share it with other, because and that's the uniqueness of being in Hawaii. We do it different. This is our first culture. We've been playing since the 1880s, the ukulele. you know,
Yeah.
invented by 3 Portuguese guys. The Hawaiians just made it better. That's all. Right? Right? So anyway, Brad, mahalo.
Okay.
Thanks for the invite, and hopefully, again, see you soon.
Yeah. Right on, man. Take it easy.
Shoots.
Okay.
Thanks.
Aloha.